So the file is created. I'll now work on the quantities. And yeah, for this one here, I think this is the largest lot count one that I've worked on so far. It is over 500 lots. So yeah, definitely a record, I think, for that. But yeah, then I will start working on it and we'll see what it all is. So then yeah, this here will be the next upload. I just got the file created. So now I'll adjust the quantities, the prices, add remarks, and get it listed. So then, yeah, just finished pricing out some of the stuff. And so, yeah, some of the highlights are the hairpiece from the one, I think that's Overwatch minifigure called Mercy, and then the red afro from the clown, and then the Scooby-Doo ones. Here, I think the average is like $7 or so, but this here is the one part that's real difficult to get for them, and I might use them, so I'd be fine if they don't sell, so I just want to kind of keep those, so I priced them a bit high there, so I'd be fine even if they sold there at that price. Then there's a couple of the more unique minifigures in here that aren't standard, like the one Friends baby, and then this Forky from Toy Story. And then some, yeah, interesting parts in here. So that is now there, and now I'll get it drawered up, and then I can get on to the next one. So just got the file ready now. So a whole bunch of parts there. So that is 635 items, 310 lots for $739.30. And so yeah, then that is in the 4 drawers plus the one brick went into one of the other ones. And so we can see the lot count of the store is almost at 11,000 now. Next up, I'll work on the minifigures from the minor damage / wear / marks. So yeah, then this here is all of the minifigures for the ones that were in the minor damage / wear / marks stuff. So yeah, then I have the file created, but I haven't added any prices or quantities yet. So I'm going to go through, add quantities, add prices, and all that stuff, and then get this uploaded. So yeah, then I put just ones that there's a chance I could possibly get mixed up into that box there. But then, yeah, all of these other minifigures are now all counted, marked added, prices added, everything like that. And they will go into this box here. They're in bags, so that's just like how I do it. Just put each one into a bag. I only do that for standard minifigures or ones that are like have multiple parts. Not all of them that have multiple parts, but like some, like those ones there and stuff like that, even though bag might be a bit overkill. And in hindsight, I should have probably done 2 boxes for this, but that takes all the fun away. So then yeah, we've got these right here, and so I'll double check the counts in a minute, but overall pretty solid upload there. And yeah, so we've got this box here full of the CMFs with a couple here. And so then let's go file, export, upload. So all in all, it's 650 grams. So that would be just a bit over a pound, not quite a pound and a half, but roughly around there. And yeah, so we can see all of these minifigures. There's one that was combined, which was just one of the Bionicle things, but I haven't listed minifigures in a while, so then there's, yeah, just not many things to consolidate yet. That's the one that was consolidated there. But yeah, so we've got all of that stuff there. So yeah, 183 minifigures, 134 lots for $1,637.20. And yeah, so some of the highlights are the Astromech from the Sandcrawler UCS. I remember getting it in a lot, and I think I got some of the other ones for it. Like, I think I might have had parts for that one, though I can't remember if that one was just completely destroyed and I couldn't really do much with it. Then we have the Quicksilver. I have another one of his torsos in a different box, but I think it's in poor condition, but this one was good. Then we've got the Fantasy Era Troll Queen Sorceress there, and then a Shaquille O'Neal. Then yeah, some other nicer ones there and stuff like that. So yeah, that upload is now done, and then I will work on these ones here, like this this one here, and like these guys qualify as minifigures, but those ones I won't bag up individually, they'll just go into a drawer. But then some of this stuff here, like this horse, and I think that's one from Overwatch, I will put into a box because they won't fit in a drawer. I still haven't figured out exactly what I'm doing with the large drawers yet, so we're just going to put that stuff in boxes. But yeah, then I will get to work on this. And yeah, for some reason, well, like, I mean, it's not too confusing there, but there were some standard parts mixed in, but that's to be expected. And so I'll put those into the proper containers, and then yeah, get this uploaded. So yeah, then now have that stuff there. 64 items, 36 slots for 106.45. And yeah, I accidentally forgot to check the stuff beforehand to see what I already had. So then yeah, when something like that happens, I can just go here and then just delete the new remarks. Because yeah, it used to be $2.95, but then I forgot that, so then I did that. I already put them into the drawers, so I just need to update the remarks on here like that. And so yeah, then that is done. And I can't remember if I said it in the previous clip, but yeah, I had forgotten until I was already most of the way through it that some of them were put into the minifigure container that were technically minifigures, but then other ones were just left in were sorted by color, because yeah, can't blame people who are sorting it, because yeah, officially they're minifigures, but they're also, they look like parts. So yeah, some of that stuff ended up like that, but that's all good there. But yeah, I've got about half hour or so. So I'm thinking what I'll do is I will work on some chrome parts. I can't get too much more done today. So yeah, I'll see if I can work on just a smaller upload, because I don't usually like to leave things on like halfway over the weekend or anything like that. So I'll just see what I can do with some of this stuff. I'll just double check I'm not missing any of the stuff. I know there's metallic silver in these ones here. There might be a bit of chrome silver, but that just looks to be metallic silver. So I can give that a quick look through, but most of it should be here. So yeah, I'll see what I can get done. I might work on some of the speckle stuff as well then. I'll have to take a look at the options. So some highlights from this one would be the gold chrome helmet, or chrome gold helmet, from the Dragon Fortress set. This here is the helmet that we got in the one lot that we picked up that had a whole bunch of vintage stuff in it. I don't think we have anything really laying around from it, but it was the one that, it was like, I want to say like 30 or 40 boxes of Lego that were between like a quarter full to entirely full, and they were like 3-4 pound boxes, maybe a bit more. So, but it was from that one there. Then one of those masks, a ghost, a nice sand red cape, then a really nice chrome curved hilt. And for the ones like the chrome parts especially that are only minor damage / wear / marks, then I definitely am putting them at a premium, because yeah, the average is definitely skewed lower than the average part, because a lot of them, the chrome is just worn off badly and stuff like that. So yeah, went and yeah, all the prices in the videos are Canadian because I'm in Canada, so that's that stuff there. So yeah, then that one there definitely went on a bit of a premium for that one. But yeah, so lots of cool parts, and yeah, I will get this put away and uploaded and then call it a day. So yeah, then the parts are now here. The one thing that I did notice partway through when I was doing the quality checks is that there were several items, and it's only a very limited quantity, such as these Bionicle clips that I did forget to check for stress marks and stuff like that. So as I've been going along, I have been just checking that, so that's why that has a that additional part there for that. But yeah, so then all of those parts are now added. So that is 221 items, 109 lots for $500.15. And that is now uploaded. And yeah, I'll call it a day. And Monday we can get back to listing. So yeah, it is now Monday, and we're getting back to work. And yeah, so the black parts are now sorted. There definitely is a lot more of the blasters in here than there was in the minor wear slash marks container that I put into these drawers. So I'll probably do a similar thing, because yeah, minor wear slash marks is like the best of the condition of the used, and then minor damage slash wear slash marks is just only second to that. So I want to do something similar for them. So perhaps like these 3 drawers here or something like that I can do for that. But yeah, we'll figure that out when we get there in a little bit. But yeah, then lots of work to do. And yeah, we sold the first few things from the stuff we listed. I think it was in this drawer. We sold like some of those crystals there. And then I think we sold a few tiles and maybe 1 or 2 other things. So yeah, a few of the parts I sold now, so that's encouraging. And yeah, the one thing is that on Bricklink, you can't really see too many different stats or anything like that. However, Brick Owl has a very useful stat, if I can get it up real quick. Over here, there is an option here for active carts that you can see. So there's 12 active carts on my Brick Owl page. And so, yeah, 12 active carts. It's not that many. I know that when I had a whole bunch of stuff listed in the past, I was averaging around 30 active carts. However, about a couple days ago or so, before we started the upload thing, I was at like 7 or 8 carts. So we've already seen that increase. So if it was at 8, now it's at 12. I think that's a 50% increase. And we've had several orders on Brick Owl and stuff like that. But we do see it continuously going up. And we have only listed, we had about a pound there and 3.3 pounds there. So we listed about 4.3 pounds. Plus, we just started with some of this stuff. So we've listed about 5 pounds of the 60 pounds. So we've listed less than 10% of the stuff. And we've already seen an almost 50% increase in the total number of carts on Brick Owl. So that is promising. And yeah, so we've got lots of stuff to go. And yeah, just for some reason, it doesn't look like the stuff here on this table, that stuff there, and then these boxes here is almost over 50 pounds of minifigures. But yeah, it is. So that is interesting. But yeah, then I will respond to some messages and stuff like that. And then I will start listing again. So yeah, then some of the highlights of this one here would be, well, that is a typo. I am going to first fix that, and that means I'll have to update my paper because I had written that down with that there. So, well, that's fixed. That's what happens when you miss a decimal. Instead of $1.85, or I think it was $1.85, it was $185. So yeah, glad we caught that. But yeah, so some of the highlights from this one are the light gray helmet. I did price it at $70, which is far higher of a premium than I've sold them for in the past. Normally, last time I sold it, I think the 6-month average was around $20 or so, but then currently it's $30 to $40. But then I was looking in Canada, there's none for sale and 19 sold, ranging up to $50 a piece. So yeah, none available. It's selling already almost twice, well, like 1.5 to 2 times the 6-month average. I just thought, might as well just see what happens. And yeah, that's the one everyone likes because it is from the vintage castle stuff. And this here is one of the helmets that is a little bit fragile from way back when. So there's that, and then a Lord of the Rings beard, Star Wars headgear, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, vintage pirate, then Pixel's hair, and a shield that was in Lord of the Rings and superhero one, Lord of the Rings, a visor, cape, and some Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, vintage space, and stuff like that. So yeah, I put the duplicate things into the drawers already, so now I just need to add remarks for this stuff. So all of the items are now ready for upload. All of them have been put into the drawers. So then we can just see here all of the items. So then that is 1,077 items, 413 lots for $1,767.45. Now uploaded, and then on to the next. So then yesterday I was able to finish with the gold parts there. So then now we need to figure out which one we will work on next. I like to avoid doing ones that are similar colors in the same one. So for example, we've got the dark bluish gray here. So I don't do the dark gray ones here because I don't want to risk getting that mixed up. The light bluish gray I could probably do. However, I do also have pearl light gray, and pearl light gray I don't like doing at the same time as light bluish gray. And since dark bluish gray was a large container and light bluish gray is a, well, mostly large container, I should probably do a small container because I probably have enough room for the light bluish gray, but then this way I do one large container. The pearl gold was twice as much as the dark bluish gray. So then if I do the pearl light gray, that's a smaller one, and I can do a few smaller ones and then work on some of that stuff. But I also don't want to mix ones like the pearl dark gray and dark gray together. They are mostly different, and a few here and there isn't too big of a problem. But if you have a whole bunch of them, then it's probably best to just keep them separated when you can. So yeah, we've got these ones here as well. And yeah, so simple things kind of like the bright light yellow. Also don't want to mix with the yellow and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll probably just do a couple smaller containers to fill up the table and then get this uploaded and then work on the next ones. And yeah, we are making some pretty good progress. So the file is created. I'll now work on the quantities. And yeah, for this one here, I think this is the largest lot count one that I've worked on so far. It is over 500 lots. So yeah, definitely a record, I think, for that. But yeah, then I will start working on it and we'll see what it all is. So yeah, I was just working on putting the duplicate items away. And for some reason, it wasn't just this upload, but previous ones as well. It seems like everything is from this drawer. Like, for example, the previous upload, I had like 10 of these helmets or something. And the one that I already had for sale was in this drawer. And yeah, for this one here, the armor, we have 50 of them there. And then it's from this drawer, this random dress piece, we've got one there. And then like the spears, we've got those in there as well. And then yeah, just like the legs here. This is some stuff I had to dump out because I couldn't even open the drawer to get this stuff really. And then all of the serpentine staffs are in here. All of the chains are in here. So yeah, it seems just like everything is from this drawer. And so yeah, from the previous uploads as well, I'd say I probably put like at least 20 or 25 different things in this drawer since I started the upload process again. So yeah, I don't know why it's just for some reason here. So yeah, this is definitely going to get split into multiple drawers at this point. So now just getting the file uploaded. So yeah, lots and lots of parts. Which is 1,436 parts, 508 lots for $2,084.55. And now on to the next ones. So then, yeah, we were able to get the previous file uploaded, and then, yeah, I started creating the next file, and I think that the lot count of this one is already above the lot count of the previous one. Yeah, we can see here it is at already 569 items, different items. The previous one was 508, and we still have room on the table, so I'm definitely trying to get more on each table. But I think the main thing is that none of this stuff here, I mean, we have some of those ones there, but nothing is really taking quite as much room as the previous ones. So like there's normally like a whole bunch of blasters or something which take up a lot of space, and there's multiple different things like that. But this one here, there hasn't been so far. So yeah, it's a lot more dense with only a few that are only moderately full for that, like taking up space. So after we ship orders out tomorrow, I can get a little bit more. I might even be able to surpass 600 different lots for that upload. And then we just need one more upload after that. And then, yeah, we'll be done with the minor damage /wear /marks stuff. And yeah, so we had the top there. So I don't know if I ever actually added these numbers up yet. So we'll go like that, plus that. So we started with 15 pounds, if my math was correct there. I think, yeah, the math looks about good there, of stuff for that. So then, yeah, if we're looking at just lot counts, then we can see what we're at so far. We've had 134, 37, 109, 474, 112, 413, 508, almost 600 for this one by the time we get a little bit more done. And I forgot, well, I can go here. So we got that. I added 60 instead of 600, so that means we have to add 540 more. Or that. So almost 2,500 lots plus what's in here. So that it probably won't be another 600 lots in here. More realistically, probably like 400. Especially when you add in how I overestimated a little bit on the one there. So yeah, we should be able to get over 2,500, but below 3,000 lots uploaded from the 15 pounds of stuff there. So then, yeah, at that rate, 15 pounds is a quarter of the 60 pounds we started with. So then that would mean about 12,000 lots that we should be able to get uploaded. Some of that is duplicate, but since it's the first upload in a long time, and it's after the purge of all the older stuff from 8 months ago or so, actually 9 months ago in 4 days, then most of it is still new. So yeah, then if we keep on track with that, it should be good for that. But the thing about this condition that differs from the other ones a little bit is that it is our most normal condition, minor damage slash wear slash marks, because that applies to most good condition used parts. So that includes a lot of the ones that have a lot of quantity, like all the blasters are in there and stuff like that. So it really adds to the weight, but doesn't really help with the lot count. Because yeah, like when you've got an entire drawer here full of one part, it only adds one lot, but it can easily weigh a whole bunch for that. So yeah, lots of stuff there. But then as we get to the other ones, it might be increased a little bit. So yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to calculate all the numbers as we get through the stuff. But yeah, then I'll call it a day. Tomorrow we can get back to listing. So I've just gotten the file created for the first, for like the different parts. I'll now work on the quantities. I didn't really get too much done today, unfortunately, so it won't be uploaded until tomorrow. But I was able to add a little bit more to the list, and yeah, the last upload was 500 lots. We thought that was really high, and great and everything like that, but this one is 714. So yeah, even though we thought the last one was an amazing one, this one's already 200 lots higher. I think I heard that the Bricklink upload system for mass uploads and updates only really works up to 1,000 lots. I think it might have been updated recently that it will accept large ones. It just takes a very, very long time or something like that. However, yeah, it should in theory I mean, in theory, we might be able to get up to that amount of 1,000 lots, though I am a bit doubtful of it. But yeah, then I'll work on the quantities, and then yeah, we've got all of these ones left for the next upload. Either sometime, yeah, I'll try to get it done sometime tomorrow, because I think Monday and Tuesday, possibly Wednesday or so, I'll be busy. But then after that, I can get back to work on a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm not sure how much of this stuff I want to wait. So I'll try to get that done sooner than later if possible. But yeah, then we'll add the quantities and see what it's worth. So yeah, then just finished adding the quantities, and yeah, so then some highlights from this were I had two of these helmets from the Knight of Ren Cardo, a really nice Urukai helmet with the white handprint, one of the Ithorian heads, and then a torso from the Tournament Knight, another Knight of Ren helmet, a that guy Azog from Lord of the Rings, his spike hand thing, a torso. I think that's from one of the modular sets, I want to say. Then some of the mohawks from Yondu. I think that's superheroes. A nice pearl dark gray helmet, another Knight of Ren helmet, and some Killer Croc hand claw things, and yeah, lots of cool parts. So yeah, I'll be calling it a day, but then tomorrow, yeah, I can price it out and get the stuff listed, and then hopefully get the rest of it done. And yeah, for those curious, the 6-month average is 1812. So yeah, we'll have to see how much we increase it. Usually, since we don't want stuff like flying off the shelves, for this stuff, for some stuff that's the goal, but for this stuff it's more so about selection. We usually, it depends on the item. Like, since we only sell used items that are worth 25 cents or more now, if an item is worth say 5 cents, it would be increased to 25 cents, which would make it a massive increase. But usually we avoid those items. Occasionally we'll get a few here and there, but then yeah, otherwise, looking at the past results, let's see here. Yeah, it's usually about anywhere from like 20 to 30% increase. Like, for example, we can see the first upload was 1262 value. We uploaded it at 1637. Then there's 8149. We're at 106. And then 329 to 5, and so on and so forth. Some of them will be a bit more because, yeah, there's always going to be a few things in some lots that will change it drastically. Like, for example, the dark pink space torsos. I think the 6-month average was only like $2 or $3, but I've sold them consistently from previous uploads at about $7.50 a piece. So I had like 20 of them or something like that. So that would have boosted it a lot more and stuff like that. But usually we'll just increase it a little bit for that. So yeah, we'll see what that total is. And yeah, hopefully get a whole bunch of stuff listed tomorrow. Yogurt time. So yeah, then this is the end of the vlog. So yeah, we should be able to hopefully today finish with, yeah, all of the stuff here. And yeah, for those curious, I'll just check to see if it's updated again. But the benchmark to see how things are going, I know that there's probably better benchmarks, but yeah, the amount of active carts on Brick Owl is the one that I just like to go to, and now it's at 16, which is up a little bit from before, but we've also had multiple orders since then, so that would have deducted it, but it's also gone up, so that is a promising sign. I think back when orders were like before the used purge and everything like that at the beginning of the year, I think we were roughly sitting around 30 active carts, and that's when we were getting a fair amount of orders and stuff like that across both sites. So I think 30 is our goal for meaning things are mostly back to normal. And then yeah, anything above that is obviously what we're going to aim for. Yeah, in theory, just for the fun of it, I guess we can make our goal over the next few years to get it to like 100 or something. I'm not sure how realistic that is, but it's always fun to just have goals to work towards. So maybe we can kind of do that. But yeah, then this is the end of the vlog. Thank you for watching if you got this far. Yeah, we've got lots of work to do. And yeah, this vlog will be out Monday. The next vlog, the Monday after that.